will see Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, Bridgewater. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
A big play there from McCaffrey. 63 yards on the ground. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. I mean, less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
The The Cardinals,
and he won't quite make it to the 25.
Their own 24-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Play fake. Murray going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Escaping the pressure right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
On play action, it's Murray. And that is incomplete.
Murray's pass intended for Andy.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Murray. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Murray.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. And partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People wonder what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
Bridgewater's pass intended for Curtis Samuel.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Sliding out of the pocket. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
3 yards the gain there, second down. So those are the numbers for Gronk in last week's outing. 6 catches, 66 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that
He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier. Buda Baker on the tackle.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With the score, Cardinals 14, Panthers 7.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for
problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Flush to his right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. First down carry for Barkley. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Midfield to the 49.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
He was covered.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Murray off play action. Able to find Isabella. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
That's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. He gets away from one. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So as they take it over, we step aside. Off the play fake. Murray. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
12 more yards there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. And Barkley will try to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Barkley. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Goal.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Murray's pass intercepted.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Their own 7-yard line.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've hit half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
All time.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And the first half was not kind to him, and he knows that. 3 interceptions, but still tied, so kind of a clean slate.
I'd say it's a reprieve.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
An 8-yard loss.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
31-yard line.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Harold Landry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
Murray's pass.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. To throw is Murray. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself, and he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone? This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Off the play fake. Murray. His throw incomplete. Murray's pass. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. This one caught by Isabella. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 21 yards. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
10. At their own 22-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Harold Landry getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action. Murray to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Flushed out right, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown, Arizona.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals push further out in front. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again with Bridgewater. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Harold Landry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Isabella.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Samuel.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's Bridgewater. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Completes it to Samuel. Past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Arizona.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again.
Teddy Bridgewater sacked. The tackle made back at the 13.
So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Throwing, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Today, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that